Chapter 3: A New Weapon Against Heart Disease. Saturated Fat Consumption. The American Heart Association recommends that we get no more than 30% of our total calories from fat, and that hold on. Sorry. Should have been prepared, right? Over here getting on live. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure you guys can hear. All right. Chapter 3: A New Weapon Against Heart Disease. Saturated Fat Consumption. The American Heart Association recommends that we get no more than 30% of our total calories from fat, and that saturated fat should be limited to no more than 10%. But the Tokelauans apparently aren't aware of these guidelines. Nearly 60% of their energy is derived from fat, and almost all of that is saturated fat derived largely from coconuts. The fat in the Puka diet is also primarily from saturated fatty acids from coconut, with total energy from fat at 35%. Most Americans and others who eat typical Western diets get 32 to 38% of their calories from fat, most of which is in the form of unsaturated vegetable oils. Yet they still suffer from numerous degenerative conditions and weight problems. In contrast, the islanders in this study consumed as much or more total fat and a far greater amount of saturated fat than typical Americans, yet were relatively free from degenerative disease and generally lean and healthy. Dr. Ian A. Pryor and his colleagues calculated the cholesterol levels of the islanders based on rates observed in Western countries. The islanders' actual blood cholesterol levels were 70 to 80 milligrams lower than predicted, ranging from about 170 to 208 milligrams per deciliter. Cholesterol levels of the Tokelauans were the higher of the two because they derived 57% of total calories from fat, about 50% from saturated fat. Their total food consumption, including imported flour, rice, sugar, and meat, was also higher. Dietary cholesterol and polyunsaturated fatty acids of both groups were low. Dr. Pryor noted that vascular disease is uncommon in both populations, and there is no evidence that the high saturated fat intake from coconut was a harmful effect.